and I'm going to tell you guys the tips and tricks and techniques and remedies that have been helping me with motion sickness as I am a newbie to VR. Hey, welcome back to another episode on the Saint Lucid VR channel. This is your boy, Saint. Okay, so today I want to talk about something that I've been feeling for the last month right now. Remember, I just got my hands on my first VR headset. Guys, if you have not been here, please subscribe. I'm going to be sharing all my first impressions of all the games that I already bought and the games ahead. This is my first time in VR with a proper VR headset. I mean, this is my first time, guys. I remember VR back in the day when they used to have those cardboard boxes on your face with your phone going through it. I mean, this is my first time in freaking virtual reality, and I'm giving you uncut experiences of all my gameplay and all that I go through. And one of it is motion sickness. I've been prone to motion sickness back when I used to play VR chat on a flat screen. I mean, just moving with that on a flat screen used to get me motion sickness. When I travel in like a taxi or a car for a while and they keep stopping and going and stopping and going, I get motion sick, all right? So when I thought about buying my first ever VR headset, I was like, oh my word, I'm so terrified, because what if I spend and invest so much money into this headset and I just get motion sick and I can't even play through anything or do gameplay, or it's just going to be a waste of money. So I've had this headset now for like a month, and I'm going to tell you guys the tips and tricks and techniques and remedies that have been helping me with motion sickness as I am a newbie to VR. All right. So this is not me being all amazing like all the other gameplay guys that you watch on YouTube that is just amazing and they're just going around running and they're shooting and they're hiding. And I'm talking about someone who just moves the controller or basically the thumbstick just a little bit here and there, and I feel that feeling in my tummy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm like, oh my word, I feel like I'm getting motion sick right now. So I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks that will help you with motion sickness. Okay. So let's jump straight into it. Number one will be clarity. All right. So clarity is number one. When I speak of clarity, I mean you guys have to hit that sweet spot on these lenses. So whether it's pancake lenses, whether it's Fresnel lenses, you gotta be hitting that sweet spot. If it's blurry, all right, and you're not hitting that sweet spot, you're gonna get motion sick. All right, your eyes are gonna be like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, this place is blurry, but it's moving and all of that. You're gonna get motion sick. All right, so you gotta check your IPD. So whether you get an app, download an app from Play Store, or for iPhone, get that app. All right, for iStore or whatever, get that app and measure your IPD. You gotta have that. For me, I went straight to an optometrist and I asked them, hey, I came for an eye test. Let me do an eye test. And I did an eye test and they gave me my IPD adjustment. My IPD distance. And then I came and added that to my headset. Now I'm seeing crystal clear in that sweet spot. So you gotta hit that sweet spot. Also, in clarity, in that same category, would be making sure that if you're using glasses, make sure you get yourself a glasses spacer or move the lenses away so you don't damage the lenses or damage your glasses. Use that adjustment on the side and move it away, and use your glasses in game or in the headset. Or get yourself some lenses, whether it's from VR Wave or whether it's from Horns VR or Zenny or whatever. Get yourself lenses, prescribed lenses for you. All right. So make sure you do that. All right. So that's number one. Number one will be clarity. Make sure you're hitting that sweet spot and you're not like just to enjoy yourself in VR as well. You have to be hitting that sweet spot. You have to be seeing this beautiful, beautiful scenery and the clarity in the environments. All right. So make sure you get that sorted out. So that's number one. Number two would be having some sort of ginger before any gameplay, all right, or any jumping into VR, whatever you're doing. Sometimes even videos in VR, because it moves, the camera moves around, you start to get motion sick. So get yourself some ginger, whether it's ginger tea, whether it's ginger sweet, whether it's ginger biscuits, whether it's just taking a small piece of ginger, just cutting a slice of it and chewing that just before gameplay, maybe like about 10 minutes before gameplay or 30 minutes before gameplay, just to get yourself ready. You can also use peppermint. So peppermint tea or just peppermint, just put it in a cup, do a smoothie, do whatever you need to do and get that in your system. Ginger will help just alleviate that motion sickness, that nausea, and get your tummy nice and settled, and you'll be able to jump in game. All right, that's what's important. All right, the tummy needs to be proper. You need to be feeling proper to jump in game and not get motion sick. All right, number three, I would say using a fan. You have to get a fan, guys. I mean, I won't lie to you, so much of a difference just by using a fan. All right, just putting a fan in front of you so you can get that direction, so your ears can feel. All right, your ears know, okay, this is where is front and that's where back is and stuff like that. You have to have a fan, and also just to cool you down, because you're in game and you're busy running around, or you're walking around, you're looking left and right, you're starting to sweat and stuff. So a fan on you would cool you down. And I'm not talking AC. Okay, it's cool to have an AC, but a fan will help you just to get that direction, and that will help you with VR motion sickness. Okay, just have that. Number four would be having a mat, right? So VR mat. You can get a VR mat online. You know what? I don't recommend a VR mat. I normally use a yoga mat. All right. So if you got a yoga mat, just fold it over and have it nicely, put it underneath your feet, and that's cool. You can wear socks just so it doesn't stick to the yoga mat, and you're good. All right. One of my favorite techniques, all right, it's walking in one position. All right. So what you're trying to do is convince your brain that when you're moving in VR, you're basically moving for real. All right. So it doesn't get motion sick, because if you stand in one position when you're moving in VR, your brain is saying there's movement happening, but the body is not going anywhere. So it gives you that whopping stomach feeling and the feeling that you're floating, and that's the starting, or the thing that's kind of triggers the motion sickness. All right, so you wanna just stand and march in the same area, but one trick you want to do is, while you marching in the same area, you want to not hold your controller or your thumbstick and just float through the whole place, right? Because this is running right now and you're just marching, right? So you want to also synchronize your steps with what you're doing in VR. And this is crazy for the people who want to play crazy games like running and stuff. And this is crazy. This is for beginners, guys. You know what I mean? For people who want to get over motion sickness, who want to get their VR legs grown in VR, all right? This is not for contractors and you're shooting and you're ducking and you're diving, and you can't do that with this technique. This is starting. Maybe you're playing a behemoth, or maybe you're playing Saints and Sinners or something like that, and you're able to walk slow in the place and chop a zombie and slay something. You know what I mean? So when you're walking, you're synchronizing it with your thumbstick. So every step And what tells your brain is I'm walking. So there's no need to get VR sick. There's no need to get motion sick. I'm literally walking. What why would I get sick? You know what I mean? So that will trick your brain to get to be motion for it not to get motion sick. All right? All right? This is just a bonus that I'm throwing in. Eat light, guys. Don't have a heavy meal before your sessions, before your VR sessions. Have a nice light meal, okay? That's what I would suggest. So don't eat a heavy meal before your sessions, and that will help some of the VR's motion sickness to, you know, be cut off before it even starts, right? Because if you are feeling full, you're gonna get motion sick when you're in VR. And this is again just for beginners, just for when you grow your legs. Once your legs are fully grown, guys, you are free to run in VR for all that matters. You know what I mean? The next thing I want to say is make sure you pick the right games with the right levels. All right, don't go for intense VR games. Go for something that is moderate, something that is comfortable for you. All right, know your level. All right, know your level, because if you go into intense games like Saints and Sinners or Behemoth and stuff for the starters, and you're just out there running in that place chopping, you're gonna be motion sick, and you don't want to do that. All right, play some MR games, play um, some mixed reality games, and play a little bit of VR games. And that goes into my next tip. All right, what I want to say is when you in those games, those heavy games, those intense games, put a timer. Right, set a timer for like maybe 10 minutes. See if you can do 10 minutes without feeling motion sick. Well, how are you going to know? You're going to start feeling the sweat. You're going to start feeling your tummy going funny. You might even start shaking. You might even feel like passing out. All right. So you don't want to get that bad. Once you start feeling a little bit of the symptoms coming up, maybe you're feeling like nausea and stuff, that's when you want to cut it quick. All right. So maybe that's 10 minutes. So the next day you do 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes with that one game, and play your other games, play your mixed reality games, play your Beat Saber and stuff like that there where you don't get motion sickness. All right. But these games here, these heavy hitters, these AAA games or whatever you want to call them, those games are the ones that's going to get you motion sick if you don't have your VR legs grown yet. All right. So first hit it with a 5 minutes, then hit it with 10 minutes. Go for 1 week with 10 minutes. Go for the next week with 15 minutes, and start building your legs that way. All right. So have a timer, and no matter what happens, take that headset off. You know what I mean? Don't, and this will go into my next point and my next technique. Don't push through. Don't keep going. Don't like, you know what I mean? Don't be stubborn. You know what I mean? Don't get sick to a point where you're sick. Because if you're getting to a point where you're really motion sick, you're feeling like you want to puke, you're feeling, dizzy and stuff like that, what's going to happen is you're going to program your mind to get sick in VR. And you don't want that. All right. You don't want to get sick in VR. You want to feel the symptoms coming up a little bit and cut it and be like, okay, I'll pick this up in an hour, or let me just go outside, have some fresh air. Let me go have some water, drink water as well, drink a lot of water, just be hydrated. And yeah, do that. All right, then come back into the game that you were playing, maybe for another 10 minutes or something like that. Or maybe even pick it up the next day. All right, you're growing your legs gradually. All right, nice and steady, nice and slowly. There's no rush. When it goes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, you'll be playing good games. You'll be playing for like 30 minutes. You'll be playing for an hour. But if you don't do it properly in the beginning, if you don't get the foundation right, the house is going to cave in. All right. You have to have a proper foundation, even if it makes you look crazy. You're out there just walking in one position with your headset. People are going to think you're crazy, right? But then you know what you're doing. All right. Because the foundation's right, the house is going to stand steady. All right. That's what you want. All right, guys. Thank you, guys, for being here. I hope these tips help you. All right. And if they do, let me know. All right. And if you have any techniques that helped you with your motion sickness, drop a comment below. Help other people. Help me. I'm still growing. I'm still new to this. I'm still trying to get my VR legs, my motion legs. I'm still trying to get it. So help out the community and help me out as well. All right. And if any of these techniques that have you used any of these techniques before when you started off in your VR journey? If you have, drop it below, hit me. Hey, I use the fan, man. You know what I mean? I use the fan, it helped me so much. Or I use this, or I use that. Let me know. All right. I'm all about that. I'm all about growing this channel as well. I'm trying to grow the community. So subscribe. It's going to be me doing some beautiful gameplay and basically using all these techniques in the games. You're going to see me in a full virtual reality game when I finally get to go into it. When I finally get to go into it. You're gonna see me in those videos, probably walking in one position. I mean, I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not telling you guys some random thing that I watched on someone else's channel. I'm talking about what I'm using right now, and that's helping me. All right. So I'm going to be doing some gameplay. I'm going to be doing some unboxings for some comfort levels. I mean, my thing is comfortable, but what's this? I want to get rid of all this stuff, man. Make it nice and comfortable. So definitely keep an eye on this channel. Definitely subscribe, hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. But yeah, happy New Year. I don't know when I'm gonna drop this, but if I drop it before the New Year, then wow, I don't think I'll drop it before the new year, but happy new year to you and happy VRing as well. I mean, join me on my journey and I'm also on your journey. If you're watching this video, I'm basically on your journey and I appreciate you for being here. So thank you so much. This is your boy Saint signing out, saying peace, love, and happy, happy, happy new year.